expect a very nice lecture about the kidney. Thank you.
Thank you for your great presentation. So I'd like to present of CT differentiation point between tuberculosis and pneumonia. I usually presentation of practical point. In simple chest PA, we usually begin in practice, but sometimes pneumonia or tuberculosis is very difficult to differentiate. So why should we differentiate between tuberculosis and pneumonia? Because treatment is different. Tuberculosis, anti-tuberculosis drug, and pneumonia must be antimicrobial drugs. And this tuberculosis spread to humans, so need isolation. And pneumonia is not treated to the high mortality rate. So early diagnosis of pneumonia and tuberculosis and differentiation with treatment and prevention is important. So I use the practical point. First, observe the shape of distribution of the consolidation in case of lobar or segmental pneumonia. Usually, pneumonia shows homogeneous consolidation, and tuberculosis is inhomogeneous. We usually say motility density. This case shows homogeneous increase of opacity on light or color, and the CT shows central dense consolidation and peripheral groundless opacity due to congestion and well margination by major and minor fissure. It is a classic form of pneumonia, and chest PA shows homogeneous increase opacity on light upper. In segmental consolidation, like this, light upper posterior segmental consolidation with aerogram shows also homogeneous opacity. So we can find the homogeneous opacity means tuberculosis, means pneumonia rather than tuberculosis. In contrast, the pneumonia, this case shows a lack of consolidation, but lower distribution on left upper lobe. But the density is not homogeneous. It shows heterogeneous. We show motile opacity on left upper lobe. So homogeneous, not homogeneous, inhomogeneous opacity means usually tuberculosis, not pneumonia. This is a classic tuberculosis, left upper lobe segmental consolidation, and there are some other findings of centrilobular nodules. I will discuss these centrilobular nodules later. But the disease extension is almost left upper lobe, but the density is inhomogeneous motility density. So the diagnosis of this chest PA should be tuberculosis. But in careful, this case shows a large area of aerospace consolidation, almost left upper lobe, and CT shows left upper lobe aerospace consolidation. But careful examination of the CT, you will find the diffuse centrilobular emphysema. Another case, you show the motility or pitch consolidation on right upper lobe and large area on left upper lobe, but inhomogeneous motility appearance. So motility appearance should be diagnosed with tuberculosis. Is that case of tuberculosis? And CT scan shows left upper lobar consolidation, but careful examination of the CT diffuse centrilobular nodules, centrilobular emphysema. So the emphysema makes the consolidation inhomogeneous, motility opacity. So you must find the inhomogeneous case. It would be accompanied by emphysema or not. It is very important to evaluation of the associated emphysema. So emphysema is a component is very important in heterogeneous motility opacity. Practical point 2, observe the air bronchum within the consolidation. In pneumonia, usually normal air bronchogram, but tuberculosis, the air bronchograms are slight dilatation and tortuous appearance. This case shows left upper posterior segmental homogeneous increased opacity. CT shows consolidation within the air bronchum, but the air bronchum is normal appearance. So pneumonia is air bronchum is normal, but this case shows light middle of homogeneous consolidation. We also see other areas motor airspace consolidation, but in CT there is a light middle of airspace consolidation, but air bronchum, we look carefully the air bronchums, the slight dilatation and tortuous appearance. So the consolidation is due to tuberculosis, not pneumonia. This case shows light low segmental consolidation, homogeneous consolidation, but other areas of centrilobular to be discussed later. A very difficult case. This case had a segmental distribution of homogeneous increase of opacity, and CT shows dense consolidation and peripheral groundless opacity. But we initially diagnosed the air bronchum is normal. So we diagnosed this case first pneumonia. But carefully examination of the air bronchogram, the air bronchograms are slight dilatation and tortuous. So it is confirmed to tuberculosis. Sometimes very difficult to differentiation from tuberculosis and pneumonia. How about this case? You think this is a pneumonia or tuberculosis? Almost a homogeneous segmental consolidation on light upper this area, but air bronchogram is slight dilatation. And we also see the faint centrilobular nodules. So we confirmed tuberculosis. So air bronchogram evaluation is also very important finding for diagnosis, different diagnosis from tuberculosis and pneumonia. Practical point 3, compare the density of consolidation to the density of posterior back muscle. Usually, pneumonia is higher density because its enhancement compared to back muscle or lower density. But tuberculosis is usually low density. If the density consolidation is higher density in contrast CT, the reason must be pneumonia, not tuberculosis. So this case has a homogeneous increase opacity on left lower superior segment, but the consolidation is more higher than surrounding back muscle like this. So this is a very unusual location or very deep differentiation is very difficult, but the CT shows high density consolidation means pneumonia. This is another case of lobar consolidation on light upper. CT shows almost low density compared with the back muscle. A lot of small air cavities within the consolidation, but there is no evidence of aeobronchium, we can analyze aeobronchium. But in some areas in this area and the upper anterior area, the density is more higher than posterior muscle. So this is a pneumonia, not tuberculosis. But this case, homogeneous increase of opacity on light of posterior and light middle lobe. CT shows almost low density compared with the posterior pain muscle, but we usually find another finding of centrilobular nodules on light upper and light lower. But we can analyze the aeobronchium, but the homogeneous low density compared with the posterior pain muscle, usually tuberculosis. Practical point 4, find the shape of the lesion other than the main lesion. Tuberculosis, we usually find the T-bud nodule, centrilobular nodules, branching nodular opacities by the dissemination, bronchial dissemination of tuberculosis. In pneumonia, only lobar or lobular consolidation. So differentiation is possible. But in case of bronchopneumonia, there are also visible T-bud nodule. So must be differential of tuberculosis and bronchopneumonia. This case shows light middle lobe total atelectasis. There is no aeobronchium. So if origin is not identified, this from tuberculosis or pneumonia or organized pneumonia or low-grade infection, but we can find the small centrilobular nodules in other areas on light lobe. This finding means bronchogenic dissemination of tuberculosis, so light upper atelectasis caused by tuberculosis. This is a typical case of tuberculosis, left upper consolidation, and a lot of centrilobular nodules and T-bud nodules on right lung, left lung. And another case of segmental atelectasis plus multiple centrilobular nodules. This centrilobular branching nodular opacity means bronchial dissemination of tuberculosis. So must be shown the primary focus in chest PA. If there is no primary focus in chest PA, this finds another cause like tuberculosis or pneumonia. It can very causative organisms. What is T-bud nodules? It means infection within bronchioles. Like this contact radiography, this time bronchiole is protected with pus, mucus, or fluid. So we use this T-bud nodules in radiography. This case, terminal distal bronchiole filled with precious material, so tuberculosis. But T-bud nodules in CT is finding of multiple areas of centrilobular nodules within the linear branching pattern, like this and like this. But this is not a specific finding of tuberculosis. Only in tuberculosis, 40% will be identified in T-bud nodules. Other diseases, such as bacterial disease, viral disease, multiple infection, also have a T-bud nodules. How can I do a differentiation in case of T-bud nodule in CT? This shows centrilobular nodules in bronchopneumonia, like this nodule, centrilobular nodule, or T-bud nodule. But the nodule is ill-defined appearance, not well-defined. And the density is less density compared with surrounding acid. But in tuberculosis, the tree-bud nodules or centrilobular nodules are very acute, very well-defined margin, and the density is more higher than surrounding vessel. So we can differentiation of tree-bud nodule from bronchopneumonia and tuberculosis. This case of bronchopneumonia, granulous opacity, and sublobular consolidations on both lungs and associated multiple centrilobular nodules left and right lobe. But the centrilobular nodules are ill-defined appearance and not dense compared with surrounding vessel. So the nodules are tree-bud nodules but originate from bronchopneumonia, not tuberculosis. Practical point 5. If there is a cavity, you have the cavity shape analysis. In pneumonia, the wall is even thickness and the inner wall is smooth and usually have air fluid level. This is called abscess. But in tuberculosis, the wall is very irregular and the inner wall is also irregular and almost no air fluid level. So in cavity diagnosis pneumonia, tuberculosis is differentiation is possible. But in case of necrotizing pneumonia, I can show another case. This is a left upper vessel consolidation. CT shows consolidation with central air cavity. Air cavity wall is very smooth, inner wall is very smooth, and the air fluid level surrounding granulous opacity we call lung abscess. Another case shows cavitary mass on right lobe superior segment, relatively thick walled cavity, and inner wall is very smooth, and the air fluid level surrounding granulous opacity of congestion. So typical pattern of lung abscess. We usually easily diagnosed abscess. Sometimes the abscess has a very thin wall with air fluid level. But compared with the pneumonia, the tuberculosis, like this, we can find a lot of centrilobular nodules and the cavity. CT shows the cavity size. You can find the very irregular and the thin, and some area are thick wall, and the inner wall is also very irregular and low air fluid level. So this is a typical pattern of tuberculosis cavity. But necrotizing pneumonia, airspace consolidation, air bronchi is normal, and the air cavity is inner wall is not smooth, some irregular contour, but no air fluid level. And there is no evidence of bronchial dissemination of tuberculosis. So this means we diagnosed necrotizing pneumonia. Less important finding of critical point location. Pneumonia, not much frequent upper lobe. Tuberculosis usually upper lobe, lower superior segment. This is airspace consolidation on right upper lobe, usually diagnosed first tuberculosis, and the treatment. The tuberculosis is included usually upper lobe infiltration, missing post tuberculosis. But in case of lower consolidation, what is pneumonia or tuberculosis? Something different point. We should HRCT or SRCT shows dense nodule, tree-bud nodule, multiple centrilobular nodule, very dense nodule, and the clear, well-defined nodule. Definite finding of bronchogenic dissemination of tuberculosis. So practical point 7, you can find the questionable radiation lymph node enlargement. usually pneumonia, lymph node enlargement is not very much, little or no. Sometimes the active change have a lymph node enlargement, but in my opinion, there is no more enlarged 1.5 centimeter in pneumonia lymph node enlargement. But tuberculosis, especially child, the lymph node is much enlarged than pneumonia, sometimes 2 or 3 centimeter enlargement. This case, 26 female, left upper consolidation. So we see first tuberculosis and another finding of left hilar enlargement compared with the right side. So this patient has a left hilar lymph node enlargement. So active tuberculosis on left upper with left hilar lymph node adenopathy. How about this patient, 20 male, right upper consolidation with cavity. So we usually diagnose active tuberculosis, but you can also find both hilar enlargement and superior mediastinal widening. So trachea is indentation and leftward deviation. So it is both hilar and mediastinal with adenopathy. So active tuberculosis plus mediastinal tuberculosis with adenopathy. Practical point 8, last one. If I can decide this finding is pneumonia or tuberculosis based on the X-ray film, and then must be checked CT, such as HRCT, and analyze the consolidation type, pattern, and the density, error program, and analysis of other site regions such as T-bud nodules and cavity. And this analysis may be helpful for differentiation of tuberculosis from pneumonia. Sometimes, in case of consolidation, we have a CT, but the CT indication is last slide. Clinical and radiographic finding is uncommon as a pneumonia. No clinical fever or ESL other finding is not compatible with pneumonia. We should be CT. And in infectious and on antimicrobial drug. If do not have an idea of the differentiation, first antiviral drug therapy and then no more treatment, you